Hi, and welcome to Mediander NFL Picks with Geno. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, and I know what I am thankful for. The fine people at Mediander.com who want you to know more about football this Thanksgiving. And what better place to teach you all about the game than Sunday night's matchup between the 10-0 undefeated Patriots, who are traveling to Denver to face the Broncos, and Brock Osweiler is about to help me teach you what it takes to be a great quarterback in the NFL. And let's start with the polar opposite of Osweiler and the cautionary tale that is Johnny Manziel. I can promise more people know that Johnny Manziel went to Texas A&M than can tell you Brock Osweiler went to Arizona State. Yup, and more of you know that Michael Vick went to Virginia Tech than know Drew Brees went to Purdue, Aaron Rodgers went to Cal, or even that Tom Brady went to Michigan, because some guys have one good year in college that everyone reads about that isn't even in a pro-style offense and can't wait to get to the NFL to be famous and make money. But they left out the most important part: learning how to play quarterback in the NFL. Because if you do leave too early, you become a guy like Johnny Manziel. And rather than admit you stink at the game and need to focus on your game, you go into rehab without really wanting to get better, as much as you want to convince people that the booze in your system is affecting your play, when really it's the booze from the crowd that reminds you you're a fraud. No, kids, like anything else, you learn to be a great quarterback through repetition, playing without media distraction for several years like Brees, Rodgers, and yes, the Brocket launcher, that's what they call him in Denver, who played 3 years at Arizona State, steadily improving before holding a clipboard and watching the great Peyton Manning for another 3 years. And now all that Manning can teach him is what not to do, because you don't play hurt and flutter the ball to the opposition. You don't become such a liability in the passing game that opposing defenses can stuff 9 guys in the box and smother your running game. Osweiler is ready to play, and that's obvious after last week's game, where he did everything so well that he was named that Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. And now Brock, much like we talked about in Romo's return last week to the Cowboys, makes the entire Denver offense better. And that's pretty great when you already have the best defense in the NFL, like the Broncos. But when you have a quarterback like Peyton Manning, who suddenly has lost his plant foot, has numbness in his fingers, and is fluttering balls up in the air that are being picked off like low-hanging fruit, well, then you're constantly putting that defense in a hole. But if you fix it immediately by bringing in a smart, seasoned quarterback like Brock, who just runs play-action passes, keeps the opposing defense honest, and instead of C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman running into 9 guys on the line, suddenly they have open running lanes with only 6 or 7 there, and they both averaged 4.9 yards a carry last week against the Bears. Well, now guess what? They're playing a home game against the Patriots, who, let's face it, in their last 2 have not looked impressive. On the road against the Giants, they barely won at the end. And then last week, we saw it Monday night, they only won by 7 at home against a weak Bills offense. Well, now they come off a short week, and they're playing the best defense in football on the road. Not a good combination. And it's hard to go undefeated, as we saw this past Thursday in Carolina and Dallas. And it's going to be even harder Sunday night. Take the Broncos. Happy Thanksgiving. Hug someone you love. I'm gonna. Oh, right there. One more. All right.